Is the Canon R6 Mark II still worth buying in 2026 now that the R6 Mark III is out and the prices are starting to drop? Because here's the reality, the R6 II didn't suddenly get worse. It's the same camera people have used professionally for years. The only thing that changed is the market around it. And the fact that the R6 III is still going through its early growing pains. Early users report on the R6 III haven't been perfectly clean. You're seeing random lockups, occasional weird error messages, features not behaving quite as expected before firmware catches up, and even battery quirks where the older R6 II batteries aren't always recognized or don't perform properly. Nothing shocking for a first-generation launch, but it's a reminder when you buy the newest body, you're also signing up to be an unpaid beta tester. Meanwhile, the R6 Mark II is boring in the best possible way. It's stable, it's predictable, and most of its issues are already known and patched. So the real decision isn't old versus new. It's proven workhorse versus early adopter tax. And once you see it like that, the R6 II's price in 2026 starts to look very interesting. The biggest shift now is value. As the Mark III comes in, the R6 II drops a tier in price. That means you can often pick one up far cheaper than before. New, used, or refurbished, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get a great deal. And a quick word from today's sponsor, this video is sponsored by DxO Labs, a photo editing software that covers all your needs and only requires a single purchase for complete ownership. That means no subscriptions, no monthly payments. When you buy it, it's 100% yours. The question then becomes simple. Do you really want to sink all your money into the body, or does it make more sense to grab the R6 II and use the difference on a fast prime, a better zoom, proper lighting, or cleaner audio? Because those things will move your work further than a half a step spec bump between the Mark II and the Mark III ever will. The sensor in the R6 II still delivers detailed 24 megapixel files, solid dynamic range, and a clean performance in low light. And for client work, weddings, portraits, events, campaigns, nobody's looking at your images thinking, was this with the Mark II or the Mark III? They care about light, timing, expression, styling, and color. Those are on you, not on the badge on the front of the camera. And when it comes to autofocus, it's the same story. The R6 II still has strong subject detection, reliable IAF, and tracking that holds up in real-world work. Doesn't matter if you're shooting portraits, weddings, events, you're doing YouTube or branded content. The Mark III refines it for sure. It's smarter and a bit more confident, especially in tricky situations. But I've tried out both cameras, and we all know cameras have peaked. Autofocus have peaked in a lot of cameras, so performance is going to be excellent no matter what choice you make. But unless you live in high-end sports or demanding wildlife, and you're already pushing the R6 II to its limits, you're not subtly held back by it. Most people blaming their cameras AF are just dodging the fact that their timing and anticipation aren't there yet. You need to practice more, not just buy gear and hoping that it saves you every time. Talking about video, the R6 II is still more than capable. Get oversampled 4K, 4K 60, high frame rate 1080p, and colors that are easy to work with and look good straight out of camera. And when it comes to YouTube, client work, weddings, and social content, that's plenty enough. Now the Mark III does pull ahead with things like 7K open gate. That gives you more room for reframing, cropping, and vertical re-edits from one recording. If you know you'll actually use that in your workflow, that's a real advantage. But be honest, are you truly going to exploit 7K open gate regularly? Or is it just another nice spec to talk about? If your bottleneck is storytelling, consistency, and lighting, 7K open gate is not going to solve that anyway. Trying to be more creative will. And in terms of usability, feel in hand, the truth is simple. The R6 II and III share essentially the same body. Same ergonomics, same general layout, same comfort for long shooting days. So you're not choosing between a bad body and a good body here. You're choosing between a proven tool at a better price and a newer tool with a few more tricks and some first generation hiccups. So here's the bottom line. If you absolutely need the newest features, want 7K open gate, and accept that you'll ride out a few firmware waves, go with the R6 Mark III. If you want a dependable, professional full-frame hybrid that has already proven itself, and you'd rather put that extra money into lenses, lighting, and your actual craft, the R6 II is still a very smart buy in 2026. And honestly, this is where gas and FOMO quietly wreck people. Cameras have basically peaked for what most creators need. Buying a body that's one generation older or deciding not to upgrade from an R6 II you already own is not falling behind. It's a sign that you care more about the work than the shopping. And if you can stick with the R6 II, learn it inside out, and invest your money and energy into shooting, learning, and improving your eye, you're going to outgrow the person who keeps chasing the next release, hoping it will magically fix everything. Gear doesn't do that. Time behind the camera does. I hope this video was a little bit food for thought here. And if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. I would appreciate it so much. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care now.